Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally going to be going over the new 4 iconic palettes from Juvia's Place. I know several of you have been waiting for this and I apologize. It's just I've been bombarded. It's been one thing after another. But today I sat down and made time for this video. I did a look with every single one of these palettes and I'm going to give you guys swatches and my review at the end. There's 4 different palettes and each of them have a different theme. This one right here, you can see it kind of has this purple look to it, and this is called the Violets. This is clearly the nudes, and then we have the berries right here, and lastly the chocolates. These 4 were sent to me in PR from Juvia's Place, so thank you to them. Anywho, these each retail for $13.99, and I'm going to go through each of the palettes and I'm going to show you the swatches. Starting off with the berries, as always you have this beautiful imagery and then the color gradients from like the pink to the deep plum. On the inside, there's no mirror, but you do still have that beautiful imagery, and these are the shades. I'm not sure why, but on their website, it says that this one is coming soon. I'm not sure if it was sold out and then it's going to be coming back, but here are the swatches. The description reads, the Berries palette contains some of our most highly requested shades in an unforgettable range for limitless potential. Perfect for a soft, natural look or complete glam moment. Pairs well with the violets, the nudes, and the chocolates. With the Berries palette, you have 4 mattes and 2 metallics. That description is there for every one of the palettes. It just says that you can combine it with the other one. So I'm not going to keep reading that. I'm just going to move along. This is the next palette, the Nudes palette. This is what we have on the inside. Obviously, beautiful nude shades, and these are definitely more on the warm side with some of them leaning a little bit neutral. There's 3 mattes and 3 metallics. Next up, the Violets. This one, I love the packaging on this one. I love the colors as well. And clearly, it is a purple themed palette. With this palette, we have 2 mattes and 4 metallics. Lastly, but certainly not least, we have the Chocolates. This one is a warm and cool tone palette combined. With this one, you have 4 mattes and 2 metallics. One thing I want to point out before I move on to the demos is that these 3 right here, they all say pressed pigment and eyeshadows on the back of them. This last one, the Violets, I can't really see as well the writing on here, but it's set up differently and I don't see anything about pressed pigments on this one. Like I always say in every single video that contains either a glitter or a pressed pigments are not considered to be eyeshadows or eye safe. They can be irritating to some people's eyes. They can leave staining behind, things like that. It's more so a personal preference as to whether or not you want to use them. Use them at your own risk. All right, let's go ahead and get into the 4 different demos. For the palettes, I'm going to go over them each individually, and I'm going to start off with my personal favorite, which is the violets. Not only because the packaging is so pretty, I love that yellow to purple, it's just so aesthetically pleasing, but the shades in here worked really well. I'm in love with this shade right here. Purples are something that's hard to formulate, and I think they did a beautiful job. I really love this. I was so tempted to just like put these two together and just wear this in the crease and then this one all over the lid and call it a day. But when I'm testing out palettes, I like to test out more than one shade. I like to see how they pair with each other. I like to see if they build on each other or if you have any kind of patchiness or anything like that. I had zero issues with this palette. I was even putting on one of the metallic purples with a fluffy crease brush, so that tells you the quality there. This one is my absolute favorite, like bar none. I love this one. My second favorite, the one that's not currently available, I apologize, is the berries one. This one again performed very well. I had no issues with it. Everything just is beautiful. You are going to get a little bit of fallout, but nothing major. And I always say this, just wipe it away if you have bake underneath your eyes or do your eyes first. For me, fallout is not a deal breaker unless it's extremely excessive and it's all over my face, not just like underneath my eyes. But anywho, let's move on to the next one, the Chocolates palette. This one I had to build up just a little bit with this shade, but it blended out and it built up very beautifully, not patchy or anything like that. This shade went on really well. The metallics worked really well. The only problem I have is with this shade right here. Now, I didn't get to use this one, but this shade right here, I was having a little bit of difficulty with the pigmentation and it being a little patchy. Overall, the eye look turned out really lovely. I love the way that it looked, and I love the mixture of warm and cool tones. I just have to point out that this it was lacking a little bit, and it could be because I already had this down and I already had this down, and this needed just a little bit something more to grab a hold of. It's something I will play with a little bit more, but that's really my only complaint, is that I had to really keep going in with that shade and try to get that one to work. But overall, the look turned out beautiful. Now, when it comes to the nudes, this is the one that I actually thought was going to be my favorite because these are my tones. These are my tones. These are my tones. I love these shades. The problem I have with this is it is so incredibly light. It is very, very light. Somebody that has porcelain, fair skin, you will probably enjoy this. But myself, I feel like I couldn't really see this shade. This one was barely there. And then this one, this is what I have on right now. I literally just put on these two colors. I feel like it's just light. It's just really, really, really light. Yes, you can get it to work, but it's just not my favorite out of the four. Because I had these two shades in my crease and then I had the shimmers on the eye and everything, I felt like I'm going to give it another chance. I noticed that this gold, when I put it on the inner corner, was much better than these two shades, which I used wet in the tutorial. This one I did not. So I decided that I was going to give it another shot and see if this shade got a little bit darker if it wasn't on top of these two. It's what I have on right now. It definitely got deeper when I applied this on its own, just straight onto the base, my Anastasia Beverly Hills base. But I still feel like it's pretty light, especially whenever you're looking at it in the pan and then how it translates onto the eyes. It's just, yeah, it's just, this one's just okay. If you have very fair skin and you're actually looking for something that's going to be lighter, I think you will enjoy this. If you are any darker than me, I wouldn't suggest picking this one up. But those are my thoughts on each of the palettes. You guys let me know what you think about them, which one was your favorite look, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.